What's up, dudes? What in the fuck is going on, man? This is just my 2 cents. How are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What is going on? It is Wednesday evening where I'm at. Hope y'all are doing well. Saw the title. That's what we're going to talk about today, boys. We're going to preview UFC Vegas 27 that will take place, as you can imagine, in Las Vegas this Saturday at whatever in the fuck time it's scheduled for. It's headlined by former UFC bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt versus rising contender Rob Font. I think that's a pretty damn good fight. I'm really looking forward to that fight, actually. So I want to talk a little bit about it, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the other fights that are on that straight-up card. So that's what today's stream is going to be about. As I like to do, I like to try and drive the stream. I like the chat to drive the stream. So y'all come up in here, man. Let me know which fights y'all want to talk about on this card. We'll delve into it. I will drop the link. I don't have any big like spiel or speech or monologue or fucking 2 cents rant that I want to fucking go on, man. So I'll drop the link here in a minute. And if anybody wants to come in, let's talk about these fights. That's what we'll do. I'll go on for a couple of hours, see what happens, man. See if there's an interest in keeping it going, and then we'll just go from there, man. But I hope y'all having a good day. So this is my stream for UFC Vegas 27. I have not done a whole lot of tape, but I've been perusing this fight card, and there are just a whole lot of tough fights to predict. Difficult matchups, man. I don't know if there's one fight that I have a really, really good read on. Seriously. I just don't. I'm not super confident in really any of these fights, to tell you the truth. So see how it goes. Could be hairy if you're a gambler, man. Shout out to my dude Jack. He was saying on the card last week there was a lot of landmines for bettors. I think the same can be said for this card as well. So give this another minute or two, and then we'll get cranking. I did start doing a little bit of tape. I started today. I've been taping Damir Ismagulov and Rafael Alves. That's the fight that I taped today. The next fight that I'm going to tape is Josh Culibao and Shah Yalan. It's Shah Yalan something. It's like the dude that fought a couple weeks ago, Arichi Lang. It's like one name, but then he has a last name too. But Shah Yalan and Josh Culibao is going to be the next fight that I tape. And there's going to be some other ones that I need to really look at, because there's really tricky matchups. What's up, gangster? Let's fucking go, dude. How you doing this afternoon? So, gangster, I was just saying I did tape Damir Ismagulov and Rafael Alves, but that's about it. The next one I'm going to delve into is Culibao and Shah Yalan. And yeah, I need to do some tape study on that co-main event, man, because Yan Xiaonan and Carlos Esparza. I just have a fucking feeling, dude, that one is going to be a really fucking close fight, and it's got fucking split decision written all over it. If you ask me, we'll see though. So, yeah, I did tape Alves and Damir Ismagulov. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and just give a pick away because I did enough tape study and I've made up my mind on this fight. I'm going to tell you who I'm going with. So I do think that both of these guys are actually pretty good fighters. Ismagulov has been out for a while, dude. He's been out for almost 2 years. So when a fighter is out for that long, I always have some concerns like, what are they going to be like when they get back? Like, I don't know, man. It's always just kind of a question mark. A year, anything within a year, it's just like circumstantial. But there's been a lot of like circumstantial stuff that's happened with Ismagulov. He's looked good in both of his. I think he's had 2 fights, UFC fights, but just kind of hard to know exactly what you're going to get. And Alves is, I wouldn't say it's like an incredibly tough test, but it's not exactly like a huge step down from Moises, in my opinion. So yeah, the 2 fights I watched were let me pull it up here. I watched Damir Ismagulov and Thiago Moises, and I also watched Alejandro Flores and Rafael Alves. I watched that Dana White Contender Series fight. So yeah, I'm actually going to go with Ismagulov. I'm going to go with Damir Ismagulov in this fight. I just think what I like from Ismagulov was that he made the right decisions. I would say and you never really know, but from what I've seen, he's a smart fighter. Like I don't think he's going to play the guard game. I don't think he's going to fuck around and get subbed. Like when he got Moises down, he was landing some brutal fucking ground and pound. Like he did not like fall into his fucking guard or anything. Like he stood above him, landed ground and pound, and there was a point where he tried to take him down. He tried for a single leg, didn't get it, but instead of just like selling out for it and continuing to hold on, he went into the clinch, landed an elbow, and then just broke away. And I like that. I like that he, was able to see in the moment that it wasn't going his way, and he just adapted. And he also has good takedown defense. He does the right things. He digs and pummels, gets underhooks and turns, and he does the right things when his opponent's trying to take him down against the fence. So yeah, I also the main reason I'm taking him is that I noticed when in the Flores fight, when there was a lull in the action, Alves was kind of waiting. But when I watched, now granted, it's a different matchup, but when I watched Ismagulov, when he fought Moises, when there was a lull in the action, he's a good counterpuncher, but he would force the action too. Like, I just think his activity is going to get the better of Alves. Like, I think when they're just kind of like standing there staring at each other, Ismagulov is going to be the one throwing and landing. And he's a counter striker that will throw something out there to draw the counter and then counter off the counter. So I think that's what he's going to be doing to Alves. I think he's going to probably win a decision, but I'm going to go with Ismagulov in this one, man. I don't know. There's definitely a chance that Alves can win this fight. I'm not 100%. I'm not 90%. I'm not 80%. Probably say it's like 65-35, maybe 70-30. But yeah, I've got a good enough feeling about it that I'm going to go with Ismagulov from what I've seen. I did enough tape study, and it's the guy's most recent fights. I don't like doing a whole lot of deep tape study on guys that like don't have that many fights. They're just improving fight to fight. But what I do like is that when Ismagulov did fight last, it was with the crowd, and that's not going to be. I mean, it is in Vegas though, so that won't make a difference. But yeah, I think I like Damir in this one. I think he will. I think he will get the better of things. It'll be close on the feet, but I always just kind of favor the better like wrestler sambo guy over the jiu-jitsu. I just think he's going to end up being the better grappler. I think he will land ground and pound when if he gets taken down and Alves tries to play the jiu-jitsu guard game. I think he's just going to get lit up with ground and pound. So yeah, I like Ismagulov, man. I like what I saw from him, and I'm going to go with him. In that fight, Hadzovic and Medeiros, man, I have just been all over the place with that one, dude. I cannot make up my fucking mind. There's just so many fights like that in this card, boys. Like, fuck. Can't make up my mind. But yeah, because to me, this is one of those where on paper, Yancy Medeiros has just fought way better competition. He has more experience against a higher level. I just don't know, man. I don't know about. He's not as durable as Damir. So there's two Damirs on this card. It's funny, but yeah, I think Hadzovic is more durable. But it's Yancey's last fight on his contract. He does have a lot of dog in him. He's definitely gonna go out looking for the win. Fuck, dude, I don't know about that one, man. There's some tough picks, boys. Really tough picks on this card. What's up, Jimmy? Bum versus bum. Yeah, Damir and Yancy. Yeah, it's like it's almost like a loser leaves town situation, isn't it? Like who is that I mean, it's Yancey's last fight on his contract. If he goes out there and smokes Damir and knocks him out, Yeah, that could get Yancey a few more fights. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I was just saying, Jimmy, I did tape Demir, Ismagulov, and Alves. I'm going with Ismagulov, but the next one I got to tape is Kulabau and Shai Yalan, however the fuck you pronounce that. But I don't know about that one. I don't know who I'm going to pick with that one. And that's the case with a lot of these. Silva Rodriguez, I don't fucking know. Court McGee, Claudio Silva. Fuck, man. Like, none of these I feel super good about. You know what I mean? Like, none of these I would like. If I'm talking just like hypothetically, none of these I would cap it more than like 75% confidence. Like, who's like, Jimmy, who, if you feel comfortable with telling me, who's your most confident pick on this card? To tell you the truth, dude, and I'm not bullshitting you, I don't know who mine is. I really don't. For every winner that I'm potentially picking, I can see a strong path to victory for their opponent, for real. So it's just I don't know. I don't fucking know. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Dude, there's a couple fighters like that, man. Where it's like they're like a good first round fighter with that, or like, can you try, like, for example, Demir Hadzovic and Yancy Medeiros. I think Yancy Medeiros has had more experience. I think that he has more intangibles, but I don't know if I can trust his chin. Cody Garbrandt, I don't know if I can trust his IQ. I don't think he has the worst chin in the world. Like, TJ Dillashaw is a good striker. Like, Pedro Munoz hits really fucking hard. I don't think he's like Mr. fucking Glassjaw necessarily. He might be, but I mean, Pedro had to hit him quite a few times. Like, I don't know, man. But I don't know if I trust his fight IQ. Because if he goes there and he bites down his mouthpiece and he tries to go to war with Rob Font has the boxing to tune him up and put him away. But if he fights smart, I think he's just a better fighter than Rob Font. But I just don't fucking know. IDK, boys. Fuck my L with these picks. Y'all tell me, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know with these. What's up, Jay? He says, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Well, goddamn, you just singing my song, Bubba. How are you doing? What's the weather like there in old California? Probably just fucking nice as shit, huh? Just sunny skies, right? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Jay. Hope you're doing well. Jimmy says, two biggest favorites should be safe. Ismagulov and Bruno Silva, but I'm confident in Dvorak too. Yeah, I'm taking Ismagulov. I think his activity, Jimmy, I was saying I like Ismagulov's fight IQ. In the Moises fight, I like that when he didn't get the single leg, he didn't just sell out for it. He threw an elbow and then just broke away from the clinch or whatever, from the grappling. And then when he got when he dropped Moises, he didn't fall into his fucking guard. He just like stood over him and just like dropping those fucking ground and pound punches right into his fucking sternum. I like that. I like the decisions that he makes in the when they transition from skill to skill or whatever. I like that. I like Ismagulov's what is it? Octagon presence or whatever the fuck. See a lot of people picking a spot. Oh, Oregon. Yeah, sorry, you're not in California. You're in Oregon. Might be raining its ass off. Yeah, I hear it rains a lot up there. Never been that far north on the West Coast. Bay Area in California was as far as north I went. Oregon raining its ass off is what Jay says. Dude, I remember I worked at this nursery, plant nursery, not children. But I worked at this nursery, and we would get bare root stock from Oregon, and I would love that shit because it would always come in these fucking like redwood like shavings. That shit would smell so fucking fresh, dude. I'd be all stoned, like get the shipment in, just fucking cut open those boxes with the bare root stock and just fucking like, dude, especially on like a rainy day, like, and this is Virginia, but like you just fucking smell that shit, dude. Just fucking smell like I don't know, man. It's just the best fucking like, you know, I don't know. I can't describe it, man, but it was awesome. Fucking dude, Oregon has like, and if you're not in the green industry, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it has like some of the best nursery stock in the fucking world. Like the climate there is just perfect for growing things, boys. It's crazy. But yeah. Anyway, Jimmy can answer. 72 and sunny in Southern California. You son of a bitch. Of course it is. Of course it is. No, it's actually nice here too. It's like 75 something. 75 on the Eastern Seaboard, boys. 75 on the Eastern Shore. But yeah. I hope y'all having a good day, man. Whether it's rainy or sunny, I hope y'all are excited about these fights, man. These we got fights. And it's funny on the fights or the cards where there's not like a ton of name value. There's usually some fucking like, not always, but they put on sometimes, man. They look to make a splash. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. What's up here? Says, damn, it's raining here in Texas. Shit. Yeah. So raining in Oregon, raining in Texas. Of course, fucking sunny in California for Jimmy. And yeah, man, it's actually it was a little muggy earlier, but it's sunny here too. Yeah, but man, boys, these are fucking tough picks. For me, these are the toughest ones that I'm just like, I don't know. Hadzovic and Medeiros, struggling with that one. Hermansson and Shabazian, and the co-main. Those are the ones that I'm really just racking my head with. The other ones I've more or less kind of made my mind up about. Like, yeah, I'm leaning Dvorak. I'm leaning Ben Rothwell. I'm gonna go with Court McGee. I can't tear myself away from that one. Like, I'm not a big believer in Court McGee. I'm usually like, let me fade the fuck out of him. But Silva, like Jimmy said it, man, unless he subs him in the first round, like Court McGee's got better striking, he's got better boxing. Like, he might just fucking what the fuck? Are you serious? YouTube is broken on phone, permanent restricted mode. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. What's up, Noah? Oh shit, here we go. I was waiting for somebody to say something about this. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm pissed because Wilder's being a crybaby. Wouldn't it suit Wilder better to just let the Fury Joshua fight play out and fight the winner for all the belts? We can definitely talk about that. I'm glad. Well, you said you're not here for a long time, you're here for a good time. So let me just speak on that real quick. I know some people are just like, oh God, boxing, fuck yourself 2 cents. But I do like boxing. I'm a boxing fan. I will entertain this. Let me entertain this fucking let me have a casual toke of this entertainment right here. So, if you haven't heard, I'll make it short and sweet. Wilder won his arbitration case. He's forcing, I guess, I don't know if it was a trilogy clause or what, but it looks like the purported Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight that was going to happen in Saudi Arabia is now going to have to be put on the back burner and it looks like it's going to be Fury Joshua 3. I will come at this situation always from a unique perspective. This is how the history of me and fandom and current heavyweight boxing has gone. I was a Tyson Fury fan, then I was a Deontay Wilder fan. Now I'm a fan of both. I'm definitely more of a fan of Tyson Fury at this point. I do like and respect both boxers. I respect Anthony Joshua. I don't really like Anthony Joshua. I definitely don't like what Deontay Wilder was doing. I thought the way he handled the Mark Breland situation was fucking disgraceful. That really made me sick. That definitely got me off the bomb squad Wilder train. But people really like Wilder is someone that gets overhated because of his antics and the shit that he says, and he can be really kind of like cringy. But he's not really refined with his skill, but it does have better boxing skill than people give him credit for. And he has just devastating power, like more so than anybody. And honestly, like, if you're asking me, and I'm biased, but I think Tyson Fury just styles and profiles on Anthony Joshua, dude. I don't think that's a competitive fight whatsoever. I think Tyson does whatever the fuck he wants to do with Anthony Joshua. Like, I think he fucking, like, I don't think Anthony Joshua has, I don't think he has anything for Tyson Fury. Wilder might not either. But Wilder always has that puncher's chance. I tell you what, man, I don't know if y'all been watching, but Wilder has definitely looked like he's been working on his boxing. And I like that the Wilder Fury 3 excites me a lot more than AJ Fury. A lot of people will disagree with that. A lot of people are like, fuck off, Wilder. You got your ass whooped. You're just being a piss pants. Like, you know, I don't disagree with that necessarily. Like, and the timing, of course, is like, I get why people are frustrated. I get why people are pissed off about it. Cause like, come on, dude, fuck off. Like, the fight was literally about to happen. And now you're just like, now you're coming through with this shit. But like, I guess he did win the arbitration case. I don't know, man. That's kind of how I feel about it. If you're just asking me which fight I'm more excited about, I'm not mad at all about seeing Wilder Fury again. I think, you know, whether you like whoever you like, you want to see the other one get smoked, right? If you're fucking team Bomb Squad, you definitely want to see Wilder get his revenge. If you're team Fury, you're like, fuck Wilder. You probably think he won the first fight, right? He definitely won the second fight, no question. And now it's like, oh well, you think he like it's like you won't give people, you know, Fury won't get credit. People think he cheated. I don't know if he did or not. That some of the shit with the glove in the second fight was a little suspicious, but I don't think I don't know. I have no idea. I know that there was that I'm almost 1,000% certain that fucking Mark Breland did not spike Deontay Wilder's water bottle. That's fucking ridiculous. That is just. I think that's Wilder struggling with the loss, which is understandable. Which is why I'm kind of like, yeah, he's just kind of like lost it. You know, he kind of was out of his mind for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like he just was struggling with that. It's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get Wilder Fury 3. I think that's a more competitive fight, honestly, than Fury AJ. Like, dude, I like Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is a good fighter. He's always been a little bit better of a fighter than he's given credit for. But dude, if you look at Andy Ruiz's resume before he fought Anthony Joshua, it is fucking incredibly pedestrian. Like, not that impressive. Like, you name me one fucking really good name that Andy Ruiz has beaten. He had a tough fight with Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think Andy Ruiz won that fight, but even if you think he won, it wasn't by very much, man. I've always just kind of thought that AJ was just not quite as good as people have been saying. That's my opinion. Some people think AJ is the truth. You know, he definitely has more names on his resume, albeit, you know, there a couple of those names are way past it. But that's just kind of how I think about heavyweight boxing. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I want to spend the entire stream on that. But that's kind of my opinion. That's my state of the heavyweight boxing union address. It looks like we're going to get Fury Wilder 3. I'm not mad at that at all because I think that is the most competitive heavyweight boxing fight you can make right now. It settles the trilogy, right? If you're a Fury fan, you can finally put the Wilder chapter to bed for good. You can put it to rest forever. And I would actually say that is more impressive to me because I just think Wilder's more dangerous. And he was also the undisputed WBC champion. People have differing opinions as to which belt is the best. It just varies. I personally think the WBC is the best, but whatever. That's not really important. I think Wilder's the most dangerous. I think Fury putting that chapter to bed for good is a huge accomplishment that people will just, I don't think enough people give him credit. Because that's the thing. People will shit all over Wilder, but it's like, you're just shitting on Fury. You can say whatever you want about Wilder, but he sat him down twice, dude. The second one, I really think he knocked him out. I think he flash knocked him out, dude. I think he was unconscious for a few seconds. So, you can shit on Wilder all day, but that you can say Fury is this, that, and the third, but this, that, and the third got sat down by Wilder twice. So he always still has that if he can land it. Fury made some great adjustments in the second fight. I'd like to see the third. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I agree, dude. I think he is. Sure. Yeah, I'd say WBC. I agree. Francis, for sure. You got crazy as fuck. No, it's Francis, man. It's Francis. I mean, I'm not saying Lewis isn't that. Lewis definitely has one punch power, for sure. Definitely. So no, you're not crazy, but I would say it's more Francis. But yeah. Because Wilder, man, he doesn't really windmill that much until the guy's hurt. If you're hurt, yeah, you're gonna see some crazy fucking schoolyard shit from Wilder. Like some fucking fight at recess. You know what I'm saying? But he has a crispy one too, man. He really does. And he's athletic. He actually and people judge him for these fights against Fury, but that is Tyson Fury. That is a 6'9" heavyweight that moves like a fucking welterweight. That is the only person that Wilder has ever lost to. Everyone else, including Bermane Stiverne, the other person that went the distance, every person that has stepped in the ring with Wilder has gotten their fucking teeth knocked in and been looking up at the fucking lights. And some of them weren't looking up at shit. They were just in the shadow realm fucking unconscious. The last time he punched Luis Ortiz was drooling like a fucking invalid. He was drooling like a fucking person that just got lobotomized. Wilder has shut you the fuck off power. I think he knocked Tyson Fury out in the first one. And I think Tyson Fury woke up, is what I think happened. A similar thing happened to Danny Jacobs when he got knocked out by Dmitry Pirog.
I can't remember who the ref was, but it might have been Bird. I can't remember. But what happened was Jacobs got knocked out by Pirog briefly. And he was on the ground, kind of like Tyson, and then he woke up and he was just like, "Oh shit, like where am I?" Oh, and he sat up, but he sat up into the ref's arms, and the ref was just like, "No, no, it's over." And I thought that it was the exact same thing with Fury, but Jack Reese let him get up, let him shake it off, whatever. But yeah, so that's why I thought the draw was fair, because yeah, if you're scoring it, I didn't think that Fury won all of those first rounds. I think you can make a case for Wilder winning the first and maybe the second round. But people are just like dial it in. Now, Fury won every single round except the ones where he got dropped. Every single one. Like, man, I don't really think that's the case. Like, I think that there were a couple rounds that Wilder won, and then those other rounds are 10-8s. And yeah, I thought the draw was just. Fury definitely won the second fight. There's no question about that. So yeah, that's just kind of what I think about it. Because I think people underrated Fury, and I think now people underrate Wilder. But it's like you're underrating Wilder because he lost to the best heavyweight boxer on the planet, dude. That's the only person he's ever lost to. Everyone else either fucking ducked him or got their fucking shit twisted. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. What's up, General? Yeah. Yep. It was long. Yeah, it was long. Because I know it's not a 10-second count, but yeah, and Reese even admitted, he was like, yeah, well, it's a championship fight. So it's like, yeah, so that's why I kind of think, all things considered, you take everything into account. The knockdowns, one of them that was kind of like a knockout, the first couple rounds, not a lot happened. I kind of thought Wilder edged, the first round and maybe the second round out. I thought there was another round in there that you could have given to Wilder, but if people just say Fury just ran away with every single round other than the ones that got knocked down, and it's that's not necessarily true, man. That was a really, really good fight. If anyone hasn't seen that first one, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1 is a really, really fucking good fight. But okay, that's what I'm gonna say on that one. It looks like we're gonna get the third one. That's the point. It looks like we're gonna get Wilder Fury 3, and then we'll see what happens with AJ. I really wanted to see Wilder versus Dillian White. I really wanted to see that fight, dude. Because Dylon has been talking real fucking spicy, dude. So yeah, I want to see Dylon, and Dylon versus Wilder, or Dylon versus the rematch with AJ. I think the rematch with AJ would be cool too. But anyway. Or since Luis Ortiz is just this fucking invalid old man, dust him off real quick. Since he's such a fucking old bum. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Everyone says Luis Ortiz is this old fucking man, this old bum. We'll go dust him off real quick then. If he sucks so much, go polish his sorry ass off in quicker fashion than he did Wilder, and then call it a day. But you're not going to do that because Luis Ortiz is fucking dangerous, and you don't want to get knocked out by an old man. And Dillian White's already got knocked out by one old man. He won the second fight, but Alexander Povetkin knocked that motherfucker out cold. And Luis Ortiz could do the same thing. Dillian White ducked Luis Ortiz. Dillian White had knocked out Lucas Brown and thought that was going to get him a fucking title shot with Wilder. So Wilder said, okay, you just fight Luis Ortiz and then you can fight me for the title. And because I'm pretty sure that the WBC had ordered Ortiz and White as a mandatory. The winner of this fight will get Wilder. And Dillian was like, no. I just deserve the shot. I just deserve it already for knocking out fucking Lucas Brown. And all right, well, whatever. And then he just I think he just passed on it. So yeah, just go dust off Ortiz, man. He's so old. He's so old and such a jobber. We'll go fucking knock him out then. Yeah. No, it's all good. Yeah, no, man. I like talking about that shit. I like talking about boxing a lot, but there's only really a few divisions that are even worth fucking talking about. Welterweight, super middle, and heavyweight. Like it used to be middleweight, but Canelo ain't there anymore, and the Triple G thing is kind of like gone by the wayside. So it's really just like it's wherever Canelo is, middleweight, and then heavyweight. So, all right, but yeah, back to but no, I appreciate you bringing that up, man. I do like talking about that shit every now and then. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get Fury versus Wilder 3, and yeah, we'll see what happens with AJ. See who he fights, or if he just like look because you brought up a good point about he could wait and see what happens with the winner of that. But now the same can be said for AJ. AJ can just fight the winner of this trilogy because it'll be more definitive. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever wins this fight, it's like you have won the trilogy, regardless of what you think of the draw or whatever. Like in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like if or you just leave it, you just leave it a fucking push, man. Just say like y'all are each other's fucking equal. Like y'all like if Wilder. Like okay, if Wilder knocks Fury out in the third fight, let's just say hypothetically, Wilder clips Fury, knocks him out cold. I think most people would consider it even. If Fury stops Wilder again, people are going to be like, oh, well, Fury already won the first one. So, regardless, that's not really the point. Regardless, I think AJ can just as easily, like, he's not really losing a whole lot. I just don't know who he'll fight in the meantime. Like, will he rematch? He already knocked out Povetkin. Will he rematch Dylon? He already knocked him out. I just don't know. Like, it's just the heavyweight division is interesting at the very top, but it's kind of top heavy. There's really only like 4 or 5 guys. And I don't think, I mean, you could give him FA. I don't know if FA's ready. I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah, that's a good fight, man. Well, let's talk about that. Let's go ahead and talk about that. No. There's a fight I want to talk about first. Hermansson, Shabazian. What do y'all think about that fight, man? Jack Hermansson, Edmund Shabazian. That kicks off the main card. Some people think it should be the co-main, but it kicks off the main. It is the main card opener, boys. So tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you're leaning. Tell me what you're thinking. Talk to me. I'm gonna reload this chalice. Here says he's on Hermansson, but it's a close call. Fucking A right it is, man. Damn, I don't know about that one, boys. God damn that fight. Fucking Mick Maynard and Sean Shelby, man. They've been some fucking like some close ones together, dude. They're stupid like some foxes, man. Jack Hermansson versus Edmund Shabazian. Let's look at it. Let's speak on it. I'll drop the link. I don't know if anybody wants to come in, but Jay says Hermansson to me has been overrated, and I think he gets exposed by Shabazian definitely. Interesting. Noah says that's a tough one to get a read on for sure. Fucking A. Jimmy says he's going with Shabazian. Nice. Yeah, I can see this fight going a couple different ways, which is kind of why I'm just like, this is going to be one where I'm just going to kind of have to like bite down and just make the pick. The proverbial bite down on the mouthpiece and just go for it. That's what I'm going to have to do on this pick. And it's going to end up being like a 60-40 pick, something like that. Because I just don't like. I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. I think both of these guys are a little overrated, to be honest with you, dude. I think Shabazian and Hermanson both get a little overhyped and a little overrated. I think they're both good. I think they're both really good. I think they're both ranked middleweight good. Let me make that clear. I do think that Edmund Shabazian and Jack Hermanson are both ranked middleweights. I think they're both. Let's see. Let's see what Jack Hermanson's ranked. And of course, my shit's not fucking. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Hermanson's number 7. Yeah, it's kind of high. So you get that ranking from beating Jacare in 2019 in Kelvin. Because you ain't getting no fucking ranking off beating Mearshart and David Branch. I can promise you that. So he got that ranking from beating Jacare and Kelvin. Because then he got knocked out by Cannonier, and I definitely feel like Shabazian could Jared Cannonier Jack Hermanson. I feel like Shabazian does have good striking. Look, like, I think that last fight was kind of more just Brunson being a little better than people gave him credit for. I just don't like. I think Shabazian is still a good fighter. I think that this is what I think is going to happen. This is what I think is happening in this fight. Shabazian is getting slept on a little bit because of the recency bias from his last performance. And I think that what people, including myself, might have to realize, maybe, I don't know, I could be wrong on this. I could be off base on this. But I think people like myself have to start realizing that Derek Brunson is just not like, it's just still what he was maybe a couple years ago. Like, he hasn't fallen off that much. He might not be any better than what he was, but he hasn't really dropped off, so to speak. He's still that gatekeeper, like, you must be this good to get into the middleweight contender pool, so to speak. That's what I think is how I would assess Derek Brunson. Thus and so, Shabazian losing to him is not like some like, oh, well, Shabazian fucking sucks. No, I still think he's a good striker. I mean, he's a good fighter. He's definitely a good striker. He's a better striker than Jack Hermanson. Let me make that clear. Edmund Shabazian is a better striker than Jack Hermanson, and Edmund Shabazian could absolutely knock Jack Hermanson out in the first round. Boom, first round knockout. That's what I'm worried about. Overall, I think Hermanson is a better fighter. And I think that unless Shabazian has made vast improvements to his takedown defense, I think there's a good chance that it could go the other way too, that Hermanson could take him down and just submit that motherfucker in the first round. So I'm just riding this goddamn fence, boys, and I just don't even know, dude. Fuck. Shabazian could have made those improvements. He's young, man. His fighter brain is still soaking up knowledge. Like, he's making like, he probably makes like exponential improvements fight to fight. Maybe it was too big of a jump for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just got thrown into the fire too quickly. If I use my right, over too quickly. You know what I'm saying? I am not left-handed. So it's just something to think about, man. But I don't fucking know who's going to win that fight. I don't know. I'm slightly leaning Jack Hermanson, but I can see Edmund knocking him out first fucking round. Shout out Canada Dry. Waiting on that Canada Dry truck to back up to my apartment. Fucking drop me my fucking free ginger ale for life for all this free advertising I've been giving fucking Canada Dry.
I mean, I guess I'm not on camera, so they wouldn't really know, but still, man, you ain't gonna take my word for it. Come on, man, don't do me like that. Let's see what you guys are saying. It comes down to if Joker can get the takedown. True enough. Here says Joker time. If you can't get him down, he will probably get chinned. I agree with that. I agree with that, definitely. Jimmy says probably under 1.5. If Shabazian is going to knock him out, I can see that, man. I can see him going out there. Shabazian has cleaner hands. He has better boxing. He has better karate do. He has better kickboxing. He has better striking. He's a better striker. He's crisper, cleaner. His punches are straighter. He's got a good 1-2. He's got a nasty fucking Mawashigiri, aka roundhouse kick. So he knocked out Brad Tavares with. He hides it behind the punch. He uses same side punch kick. He's good, man. He's a good striker. He knows his shit. He's makes Tarverdian look like so much of a better coach than he actually is. Anyway, that's not the point. Shabazian's dangerous, man. And I think he could be being slept on because of the last performance. I don't know. I think Derek Brunson and Jack Hermanson are. I think Jack Hermanson is. I don't know, man. I was trying to think about his durability compared to Brunson. Like Brunson has been knocked out more, but I can absolutely see Edmund doing the same thing he did to Brad Tavares. You know, it was baba. But Hermanson is awkward, and he throws strikes from awkward angles to get his opponent off guard enough to get the takedown. I can see that happening, man. Getting a body lock, just I was surprised how much Brunson was able to ragdoll Shabazian. I would not be surprised at all to see the same thing happening. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Jack Hermanson, because Hermanson will eat a punch or two to get into that range and get the body lock or get the takedown. So I can see that happening too. I think it's just as likely. So Edmund better have been working on his fucking takedown defense. That's all I can say. But if he has, he's still the better striker, and he could knock Hermanson out. He could Jared Cannonier him like a motherfucker. So I just don't know. Must play DK on either side. Not really fade on Edmund. I just think Hermanson is a beast. I do think Hermanson. I think they're both good fighters. I think they're both really good fighters that have been slightly overrated, but might like I think Shabazian could be being underrated in this spot. No, he won't be. You're right. Brunson is physically bigger than Jack Hermanson. I don't think there's any question about that. Like Brunson is a big fucking dude. Brunson is a big, strong, athletic wrestler, like a motherfucker. Shabazian second round head kick KO. He says Moashigiri or a knee. That's what I picture, similar to a Tavares KO. What's up, Bo? He says the Joker third round ground and pound. Dude, that could happen, man. Jack, dude, that's another thing. Good point, Bo. If Edmund Shabazian has not improved his takedown defense, if Jack Hermanson is able to get the body lock and drag Edmund to the floor, oh, buddy, it could be over in short order. Hermanson has sick, nasty subs and ground and pound. Like his ground and pound is vicious, dude. He has fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar cruel intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like Selma Blair cruel intentions with his ground and pound. So that could happen too. So yeah, I'm slightly leaning Hermanson, but I can see what Jay just described. I can see that shit, man. Getting Jack off balance.
He has that herky jerky shit, man. He can kind of his that's the thing with Hermanson, like his stance, like his fighting stance is so like weird and awkward. Like it's confusing and kind of like hard for fighters to get a read on, but he can also kind of be like off balance with shit too. And if like I don't know, man, I'm worried. I'm worried about him getting knocked out, but I do think he is overall a better fighter. I'm probably gonna end up taking Hermanson, but just curious what you guys thought about that one, man. But shout out to the 7 people in the build, man. We've been holding seven strong for a second, boys. So shout out to the 7 of y'all in here. Hope y'all are having a good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever in the fuck time it is where you are. But I hope it's a good round. So you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I know it's only Wednesday, but fuck it. Here's our early pick on Wednesday. If y'all missed it, I did pick Damir Ismagulov. I'm taking Ismagulov. I think he's going to decision Alves. But this one, I'm going to say Jack Hermanson does get Edmen Shahbazyan to the ground. And he does get. This is what I think happens. I think he hits him with enough ground and pound that Edmen gives up the back and he chokes him. So I'm going to say Jack Hermanson by second round submission. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Damir Ismagulov by decision and Jack Hermanson by second round submission. My God, I hope it's not a first round knockout for Edmen. I'll just fucking cry and cry. Anybody on Paiva, if I wasn't working on joining, well, I sure appreciate that. Ismagulov, I think, finishes the quitter, says Noah. He said Rafael Alves is a fucking quitter, boys. That's what I said about Charles Oliveira. Still eating that crow. But nah, I don't think Alves is on Charles Oliveira's level in the slightest. But yeah, Hadzovic and Medeiros is a tough pick, man. I really, really want to pick Yancy Medeiros. I just don't know if I can do it. I really want to. Give me a reason to pick Yancy Medeiros. I think the X factors favor him. I think the heart favors Yancy Medeiros. I think the experience favors Yancy Medeiros. I think the durability favors Hadzovic. I don't know, man. Medeiros used to fight at light heavyweight, so he does have this like weird power, but he also can have like cardio issues sometimes, and like he has durability problems because he cuts a lot of fucking weight. He has kind of made lifestyle changes and shit that I'm pretty sure he like accredits to the Diaz brothers, but still, man, he's not the most durable, but he is a dog, man, and he does have a lot of heart. And this is the last fight on his contract, and I think he's gonna go out there and fight his fucking ass off, and he might get chinned. So I don't know. Like Hadzovic is just kind of just a big question mark, but there's some big question marks for Medeiros too. So that's one I'm probably just gonna tape some more. But the next fight I will be taping is Culibao and Shah. Oh, are you talking about Alves? Yeah. Yeah, I like what I saw from Ismagulov, dude. I like what I saw from him, particularly in the Moises fight. I think Thiago Moises is a good fighter, for the record. But yeah, he was able to drop him. He was able to, in the third round too, man, he was still working at a steady clip. So I like the cardio. I like the decision-making from Ismagulov. When things aren't working, he doesn't just sell out for him and he just like adapts real quick. He's like, nah, switches gears onto the next skill set. And I don't think he's going to do something stupid like Flores and get fucking guillotined. I think he's too smart for that. I think he's too good of a grappler. So yeah, I see Ismagulov winning a comfortable decision. And yeah, I'm ever so slightly leaning Jack Hermanson by submission. I just don't know. I don't know if it's enough time for Edmund to make those kind of improvements. Even as young as he is, and as much as he'll be improving fight to fight, which I know that he will be, it's not enough of a drop off. Like, it's not like he's fighting Brunson and now he's like, he gets a breather. He has to fight someone that I would argue is on the same level, if not better. And I just don't know if that's enough time for him to close that gap. I think that there is a gap in striking, and there's also a gap in grappling. And I think that the gap in grappling is a little bit more. And I think that I just don't know if he's had enough time to make those kind of improvements. And, that he didn't really get fucked up that bad, but he took a lot of punishment in that fight, dude. I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. We'll see. Because if you look at it, like, Shabazian is a greenhorn like a motherfucker, dude. Like, he has a lot of potential. He is very, very skilled, but fuck, dude. He's had less than 15 pro fights. And yes, like, he hasn't really. Jack Marshman is the worst fight. Well, Charles Byrd, but those guys are the worst fighters he's fought. He fought Darren Stewart in his first fight and won a split. Then he finished polished off Charles Byrd and Jack Marshman. Very impressively knocked out Brad Tavares, but then got schooled by Derek Brunson, and now has to fight Hermanson. Like, that's almost like Hermanson is almost the fight that he would get if he had won. You know what I'm saying? If he had beaten Brunson. So I just don't know. It just seems like, I just don't know, man. But that doesn't necessarily mean he'll lose. Like I said, he could go out there and knock Jack Hermanson the fuck out in the first round. I just think that I'm gonna say that he doesn't. I'm gonna say that he gets tripped up, or he gets body locked, or he gets taken down, and he pays for it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. Like, it is almost like a double fade, dude. Like, I don't trust Yancey's chin at all, but I don't really trust Hadzovich that much either, man. Like, he used to be like a bodybuilder, and now he's not a bad fighter, but I don't know. I know Yancey's going to come out fighting hard. It could be to his detriment. I don't really know what to make of that one. That's a tough one. That is a tough one, boys. At least for me. Fuck. I'll be rooting for Yancey. Put it like that. Even if I don't end up picking him, I just don't know if I can pick Hadzovich either, though. That might be a coin flip, dude. Like, literally, where I fucking flip a coin. Fucking fratchet. Okay. What was the other fight? None of them, like, even like Tafa and Vandera. Like, I think Tafa is a better striker, but what if Vandera just takes him down and subs his ass in like the first round? And I'm going to talk about the co-main here in a second, but yeah, no, I'm on Dvorak though. I'm going to take Dvorak over Paiva. Like, I think that Paiva, I don't know, dude. I thought he lost that fucking fight to fucking ZZ Top. I thought he lost that fight to my dude Z. That was a close fight. I mean, I'm not going to crow too much about that one, but I did think I did think that Zamagulov beat him. But anyways, like, look, Paiva has good losses, but Mark De La Rosa is not a good win. And like I said, I thought he kind of got away with one with Z. So I've not been that high on Paiva. And I think Dvorak is a pretty good fighter. So I'm leaning David Dvorak for sure. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm like, okay, if we're talking about resume, it is Yancy Medeiros all day. He's fought way better competition. He, it's the Apex, so they're not going to have the crowd. If it was the crowd, I would definitely favor Yancy more. But it's the last fight in his contract. He's going to be fighting with way more intensity, I feel, way more heart, but he does kind of like, he almost has too much dog for his own good. And I feel like he could, I don't know, man, get caught or something. But experience and just X factors and heart and all that shit, like I would definitely give all that to Yancy Medeiros. So yeah, I may end up picking Yancy. I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm on Dvorak. Yeah, I'm not taking Raulian Paiva. Like, he's not a bad fighter, but I think he's being a little overrated. I think he's being a little overrated, man. So this co-main event, boys. This co-main event. Shout out to my dude Moyes Audio. Shout out to the Draw God. Heard Moyes, heard some rumblings about this potentially being a draw. I can see it. I can definitely see it. Carla getting a 10-8 in the first round, and then Yan Xiaonan getting 10-9s and 2 and 3. But nah, seriously, shout out to Moyes. Dude, nobody hits a draw like Moyes. It's uncanny, dude. It is fucking uncanny. He is the draw god. But I've gone back and forth with it because I'm definitely someone that has taken Carla Esparza in spots where everyone else was fading her, and because they don't like that wrestling style of hers. And I get it, but like, she'll steal those fucking fights, dude. She will get those takedowns and steal those rounds and steal those fights. So I feel like she's always live for that. And I think that Yan Xiaonan is a good fighter, but I think that with the exception of Claudia Gadelha, Carla Esparza is definitely the best wrestler she's ever fought. And I think she's definitely going to get taken down. I think it's a matter of how many times will she get taken down. Because she's fought some good fighters. Angela Hill's a good fighter. Carolina's a pretty good fighter. Claudia's a pretty good fighter. Carla Esparza? We're talking experience? We were just talking about experience with Yancy Medeiros? Carla Esparza? You want to talk about her fucking experience? You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Now, we're talking triangle theories. Yes, she has lost to Claudia. Yan Xiaonan has a win over Claudia. If we're talking trajectory, yes, Yan Xiaonan is going up. I'd argue that Carla Esparza is either plateauing or going down. I think that's all fair to say. But I can just see this kind of fight where Carla Esparza just steals 2 rounds and gets a sketchy split decision. So that's why this one, I would normally just pick Yan Xiaonan because I think she is trending upward. But you can't discount the experience and the wrestling of Carla. She will get those takedowns and steal those rounds, man. But we've seen recently where if you don't do a lot, like check it out. The Ludovic Klein Mike Trizano fight is a perfect example. Ludovic Klein got those takedowns and didn't do a whole lot with them, and I don't think the judges took those into account very much. The judging is all over the place. There's no consistency with it, so don't count on that necessarily. But what I'm saying is, if it's one of those where Carla's getting the takedowns and she's getting kind of like Marina Rodriguez did, like, Jan is really active off her back, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's just something to think about because that's kind of how I think the fight is going to play out. Like, Jan will be getting the better of it on the feet. Carl will be getting the takedowns. Who's going to impose that will more? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Yeah, Jackie boy. What's up, Jack? Can Xiaonan finally end Esparza? Ear says, please. Please, God. Jackie says this will be like Jan Gadelha, except Esparza won't gas nearly as quick. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she's just such a wrestling rat, dude. She's such a wrestling rat. Yeah, she gets all those sketchy splits. I feel you, bro. Gadelha looked like Danny DeVito against Jan. She wasn't as bad against Esparza, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because, right, she has the loss to Claudia, but she also has the win against Rose back in the day. So it's like, it's tough to judge. That's why it's like looking at schedules and overall like strength of schedules is tough, man. Because I don't like looking too far back when I'm judging newer fighters, but then I will do that I'll catch myself doing it with like more established fighters. Oh, they did this back in the day. And it's like, well, I just did the same shit with this other fighter and said, nah, that doesn't count. You know what I mean? But it's like, oh, well, they're a better fighter, so that counts. So sometimes I get like, I just don't know how much to make of that shit. Like, fighters definitely change, they get better. So I don't always like to make the triangle theory like that. So I kind of like to take it like if we're talking recency, if we're talking recent, Alexa Grasso, Waterson, Marina. The Waterson and Rodriguez, yeah. They're kind of sketchy. But Grasso, I mean, I guess they're pretty comparable to Hill, Carolina, and Claudia. And like I said, I do think Xiaonan, excuse me, is trending upward. I feel like her trajectory is definitely upward. Esparza outlanded Claudia 205. Oh, but Claudia is another one that gets sketchy splits, right? So you can say that Carla does get some bullshit decisions. So does Claudia Gadelha. Like Claudia Gadelha is one of Dana's like he has definitely mashed the gas on fucking Claudia Gadelha. So yeah, she gets that fucking Dana White privilege like a motherfucker. This fight is going to the judges. Yeah, exactly, dude. Who the fuck knows? If Esparza wins, she gets a title shot. Yeah, I know, right, dude? Okay, so she's kind of like Yancy in the sense that it seems like they're way older than they actually are. Like Yancy's the same age, I think. Chances are she gets robbed in. Champ with a bigger name. I feel like people bring their A game against her. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Jan, yeah, if Jan's looking for, so if we're thinking about X factors, like, okay, they're probably looking for the next Chinese fighter to step up. Now that Wiley has lost the title. So there could be a push. There could be an agenda there to make sure that Jan gets the next shot if it's a close one. I don't know. There's always the former champion angle with Carla. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that's always going to be the final deciding factor, but I don't feel like it's totally crazy to just just think about it at least. I feel like sometimes narratives do come into play. But What's up, General? What's going on? I thought Marina Rodriguez would finally be the one to end her, but yeah. She only has one loss. Naturally, it's against the girl that Carla beat. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, of course it is. Well, let me do this. There's a link if anybody wants to come in. If not, no big deal. But yeah, this is I do think Jan will get the better of it on the feed. I just don't know if she's gonna be able to stop Carl from taking her down. I just don't know. So yeah, I might go back and just rewatch the Cloud Gigadelia fight from Jan and watch I sort of kind of remember the Marina Rodriguez fight. I know that Marina was landing a lot from the bottom, but people were like totally discounting everything that Carla was doing. Like Carla actually did land some decent ground and pound, and everyone just was like, she did nothing. Like she didn't do nothing. Like Marina, yes, Marina was landing a lot from the bottom, but Carla was landing from the bottom too. And when Carla would actually like posture up and land on her, Carla Esparza actually has better ground and pound than she gets credit for, to be perfectly honest with you. She really does. But yeah, she's not the most active from top position. But when she wants to be, man, she can land some pretty decent ground and pound. So I could see that happening against Jan. So that's a tough one, man. It's a tough one for me to get a real good feel for. And the main event is no exception. It's the same fucking deal. Yeah, I mean she landed a little bit on Marina too, but it was like Marina was so active that kind of got overshadowed. But when Carla when she decides to, man, she'll let it fly, man. So yeah, I got to be honest with you. I saw this and I was like, man, this is another one I can just see Carla stealing this motherfucker and pissing everybody off because this is exactly what happened with Marina Rodriguez. Because I remember I picked Carla and I told everyone that was going to happen. I was like, look, Carla, like she's going to get takedowns. She's going to steal a couple of these rounds and everyone's going to be pissed off about it. And sure enough, like everyone was on Marina. And I was just like, I'm telling you, man. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be exactly like that. I don't know. I would put Marina Rodriguez and Yan Xiaonan on about the same level. I think that's fair to say. I wouldn't say that Yan Xiaonan is much better than Marina Rodriguez. Fuck, he could, man. He could. That's I was talking about that a little bit earlier. Like, when you think about Cody Garbrandt versus Dominic Cruz, you gotta keep in mind, like, is Cody even 30? Is he 30? Cody Garbrandt? Let's see. No, he's 29. He'll be 30 in July. He had such a quick fucking ascension to the title, dude. In one fucking calendar year. I remember that. In one calendar year,
That is just fucking crazy. He went from ranked fighter to champion in 1 calendar year. But, and you can say like his path to the title was kind of bullshit, but the performance he put on against Cruz was legendary. No one has ever made Cruz look that silly before. Nobody, dude. He was styling on him. Slipping and ripping, slipping his punches, and then doing the robot. But it's like, we may never see him put on a performance like that again. But that doesn't mean that he can't continue to have success. Cody Garbrandt had success against TJ Dillashaw in the first fight. He dropped him. I think it was the end of the first round. TJ just has his number. There's just fighters like that, dude, where no matter how good of a fighter they are, there's just one fighter that they cannot get past. I think that guy is TJ for Cody. Like, he just cannot get out of that shadow. TJ has his fucking number when they step in the octagon. Munoz, he was having success against, and it was kind of the thing that happened with TJ. Like, he just wouldn't stick to the game plan. He let the dog come out of him too much, man. He was just too much of a dog for his own good, and just stood there trading hooks instead of rolling under the hook and just switching it up a little bit. Rolling under the hook, uppercut, left hook, instead of just like right hook every time. It was just like the same punch over and over. Which one of us can punch harder? Rob Font has good boxing. He definitely does. Rob Font definitely has good boxing. He does have good power. He's tough too, man. He's really tough too. It's just tough because I look at Rob Font. This is one of those where it's hard to wiki cap this one, man. It's hard to look at their records and really get a good read on this one. Because if you look at their records, Cody Garbrandt all fucking day. But that's not how you can't really look at this one like that. And you can make the argument that, look, like Font's best win by a mile is Marlon Moraes. And in my opinion, Marlon Moraes came back way too early from the Corey Sandhagen knockout. Like, you'd stop by Cejudo, you take barely 6 months off, I thought he beat Aldo. To be fair, I thought he won 2 rounds against Aldo. But you barely beat Aldo, who's still a really good fighter. But then you get knocked out by Corey, and then less than 3 months later, you turn around and fight Rob Font. Like, I just, man. So I don't know, man. I kind of, not that I put an asterisk next to the Marlon Moraes win, but I kind of give that one a little pause. Like, maybe he does that to a full strength Marlon Moraes. Maybe he does the same thing, but I don't know, man. Like, that one is just kind of weird. Other than that, like, it's really not that impressive. Like, Simone, yeah, he's good. He's definitely a better striker than Simone. So he's going to win the striking with Simone for sure. Same with Sergio Pettis. So I don't know, man. To me, Garbrandt is the better fighter, but I don't know if he can be trusted. it could just be Rob Font's time, and it could be like one of those Marlon Moraes situations where it doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter who you've beaten, you could be the better fighter. I'm still going to knock you out. But I'll tell you what I do like from Garbrandt is that it has been a minute. It has been a minute since he got knocked out. It's been over 2 years. Cody Garbrandt hasn't been knocked out in over 2 years. And I mean, it sucks too because he was taking time off between the knockouts. Like, it's not like he turned right back around. Like, November to August, he gave himself at least 6 months every time. But now it's been over 2 years, but you are coming up against a guy that's really tough, never been knocked out, does have good boxing. Cody, it just seems like Cody likes to prove that he's the better striker against good strikers. But I think that if he fights smart, I think he is the better striker, to be perfectly honest with you. I think Cody Garbrandt is the better fighter and the better striker. But can he stick to the game plan? Can he not let his emotions get the best of him? Can he stay composed? And like I said, execute the game plan. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Shout out to the 10 people in the building. Sa, dude. Sa, King. Sa, dude. Sa, Rogue. Same mental block versus TJ. Yep. Jack says Carlo beat Marina 30-27 to me. Yeah. Nothing like fading name value. Yeah, for sure. 29, says Rogue. Yes, sir. Yep. Exactly, man. It's like the tale of two fighters. 11 people in the building. Holy shit. Salute to the general. People forgot because he came back recently. Yeah, that's true. I am too, man. I think there's going to be some sleeper fights on this card. It's not a lot of name value, but there's actually some really competitive matchups. There's a guy making his UFC debut, been watching over 10 years on the regional scene. Chris Barnett. Oh, yeah, the guy that's fighting, the dude that's fighting Rothwell, right? Yeah, just brief time to recover. Chris Barnett. Stroma's acting. Thinking about taking Rothwell. Peace, Jay. Thanks for stopping through, dude. Careful out there on them Oregon roads. Cody chases the knockout. Why people like him coming in, but you got him in a lot of trouble at the top. Yeah, and it's like he didn't chase it too much versus Cruz, which is the weird thing. He was like, I know how good Cruz is. I'm just gonna do my thing, and he just owned him. But it was like when he chased the knockout, it just didn't work out for him. Yeah, I know, dude. It's like, fuck, man. I don't know what to make of it. Peace, Rogue. Thanks for stopping through, dude. Good to see you, man. Have a good one. Says YouTube is being choppy. Yeah. Well, it could be my. I'm doing this from my phone too, so it could be my audio. But yeah, peace, Rogue. Have a good evening. But yeah, man. I will say this about Cody Garbrandt. I did like the Rafael Sunsao performance. I thought that he was more measured. I thought that he didn't go crazy looking for the knockout. And when he got the knockout, it's not like he fucking marched a Sunsao down and like cornered him against the cage. He was against the cage.
and he just like ducked the overhand and came back with his own hook. And we're just like, rah, see ya. Just the walk-off knockout. It's pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, that was a good performance, and it has been a little bit since he's been chinned. So I'm leaning Cody Garbrandt. I'm really nervous about him getting knocked out, but I think he's a better fighter than Rob Font. I think he's a better fighter. I think he's a better striker. But he could absolutely get knocked out. Let's not kid ourselves. Cody, we know his shortcomings. It's his IQ and it's his fucking chin. And those two things against Rob Font could get him starched like a motherfucker. So we'll see which Cody shows up, man. We'll see which Cody Garbrandt shows up. But I think if a Cody, it doesn't have to be the Cody that fought Cruz. I think if the Cody that fought a Sun Sao shows up, he beats Rob Font. To be perfectly honest with you. Because like I said, other than that Marlon Moraes win, nothing Rob Font has really done has really just blown my fucking socks off, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I do think that Marlon Moraes was severely compromised as far as his durability. But yeah, and I think that Cody is a better striker than Marlon. He definitely has better boxing, for sure. And I'd say Cody definitely has better cardio too. Marlon Moraes is a fucking one-round fighter. But yeah, so I'm leaning Cody. That one makes me so fucking nervous, man, because I just know how he does, man. I know how he does. Yeah, that's such a weird performance too, because it's just like he hasn't really fought like that any other time. There were shades of it in a Sun Sao. And I hope there's more of that. If there's shades of that in this fight, he will win to me. If he shows up like the fighter that fought a Sun Sao, I think he's going to win. I don't know if he's going to knock Rob Font out, but I think it will be kind of like it'll be like a poor man's performance of his against Cruz. That's more or less what I see it being like. Maybe not quite as like impressive, but I think he does enough to get it done. Because I don't know, like, if I'm not mistaken, this is Rob Font's first 5-round fight. So while you would certainly I would think that it wouldn't really matter if you're on the Rob Font side, because if you're on the Rob Font side, you're probably thinking he's going to knock Garbrandt out. So you're not really worried about the decision anyway. But I think if it goes past 2 or 3 rounds, it definitely favors Cody. I don't think Cody's like, that's the kind of like, it's so weird too, because that's the kind of fight that he's like built for. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a boxer. His cardio is built around throwing punches for round after round after round after round after round. Like, he can fight that kind of fight all fucking day. Do you know what I mean? So I favor him in a 5-round boxing match with Font. If he goes in there and tries to have a dogfight, he probably will get knocked out. But if he fights smart, I think he can style on the dude, man. I don't think Rob Font is anywhere as slick as Dominick Cruz. Few are. And I don't think Rob Font is as good as TJ Dillashaw, to be perfectly honest with you. I think he's probably about on the same level as Pedro Munoz, maybe a little better. But I don't think that Rob Font is like, I don't think he's the most dangerous guy that Cody's fought. But he doesn't have to be. Cody's chin has been checked a few times, 3 times in a row to be precise. But Assunção hits pretty hard too. And he didn't put Cody away. Cody fought smart in that fight. I think if he fights smart in this one, he'll get it done. So I am gonna go with Cody. Yeah. It's what's up, Artem? Coin flip, yeah. Yep. Last 2 minutes tops, yeah. He has good boxing, man. He does have good boxing. What's up, King? Been fading Moraes since the Cejudo loss. I know, man. He's a very fadeable fighter. It's gonna be crazy to talk about fights. Yep. Season 4 is getting fired up, boys. Shout out to the Rabid Dog, man. Shout out to Mr. Arkansas, the creator of the craziest fucking most challenging competition there is, man. The Mecca. Season 4 is going to be starting June 5th. So that's 3 weeks from now. Yep, definitely. No way. Yeah, you're probably right. Yep, you're right. But if it does, it's probably going to end. But Cody Garbrandt could be the first guy to knock Rob Font out. You know, look at Font's losses. Okay? Look at Font's losses. With the exception of Moraes, who, like I said, I feel was severely compromised. With the exception of Moraes, who's the best? Assunção, Munoz, Lineker. What do all those guys have in common? I'd say they all have pretty, they're like Lineker and Munoz especially. They got power. They definitely got power. Sergio Pettis, you ain't got to worry about that. Simone, you ain't got to worry about that. Moraes, I mean, yeah, you do in the first round. But like I said, I think he was just a shell of himself. So, Cody can win this. Cody can knock fucking Rob Font out. I really believe that he could. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm leaning Cody Garbrandt, but yeah, it's like you say, it's tough to. I could see a decision though. I could see a decision. Rob Font's never gone 5 rounds. We'll see. Grappling. Yep. These guys that Font has been fighting, with the exception of Moraes, the last couple, they've been grapplers. Well, I mean, Garbrandt smoked Almeida too. It took Font a couple rounds to do it. I think Garbrandt knocked him out in 1 fucking round. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't first. I thought it was a first round knockout though. Yeah, first round. Halfway through the first round. Cody's so weird, man, because he has the power, he has the boxing, he really has all the skills. Like, he has good wrestling, he has good fundamental skills, but then his IQ and his emotions and it's like the X factors and the durability. Those are the kind of things that get to Cody Garbrandt, and those make it tough to pick his fights. Because skill wise, Cody Garbrandt has been one of the top 5 bantamweights for a few years now, just pure skill wise. But then there's other things you got to consider when you're picking his fights. It makes it tough against a guy like Font, a dude that does have good boxing, and a guy that's really fucking tough to put away. So it's not as easy as just saying, oh, well, Cody was champion. Oh, he's a better striker. Oh, he's a better this, that, and the third. He can still get knocked the fuck out. So I don't know, man. If you're a gambler, man, best of luck, boys. Good fucking luck. Better y'all than me. I don't envy y'all at all, because it's gonna be some tough pickings, boys. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's not blowing my socks off, but yeah, that's a good win. That's a solid win. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, usually with Simone, you either definitely lose a unanimous decision or you get knocked out. But Font's tough. He's never been knocked out. Um, but yeah, other than Lineker and Munoz, I'd say Cody's got about the most sting on his fucking missiles as any other fighter he's fought. You're definitely not going to get the same kind of firepower from Sergio and Ricky. That's for sure. So it's yeah, I can see the argument. I can definitely see the argument for Font chinning him. Because if it does turn into a Pedro Munoz kind of fight like that, like yeah, Cody's gonna get knocked out because Font can take those punches. If he decides to step into the phone booth and play Rock'em Sock'em Robots, yeah, Cody's chin won't last through that. That's how he gets knocked out in every fight, man. It's when he's sitting there trading hooks in the pocket. That's how he got knocked out versus TJ. That's how he got knocked out versus Pedro. And if he does that versus Font will knock him out too. He cannot trade hooks in the pocket with him. 1-2, roll under the counter. You know what I'm saying? Uppercut, left hook, roll under the left hook. You know what I'm saying? Something, man. Like, can't just sit there and just see who's tougher. Font is tougher. Font is more durable at this point. Definitely. So that's where you're like, is Cody gonna fucking do that? Is he gonna stick to the game plan? I don't know, man. But yeah, if he does, oh yeah. If he sticks and moves, if he like uses the boxing skill that I know he has, it's just I don't know. Cody's never even really been that style of boxer. Like Cody's always been like a fucking pocket rocket. You know what I'm saying? He's just adopts kind of a Tyson style. He's throwing uppercuts and hooks and yeah. But like King Knee Gore mentioned, man, Font's got a nasty uppercut. If he's sitting there playing that game with Font in the pocket, it's gonna be fucking good night, sweet prince, dude. It's gonna be fucking night Garbrandt. Oh shit, nice. Nice, dude. That's what's up. Hear that? Costa versus Cannonier. Yeah, I think I like Paulo Costa in that one. That's my knee-jerk reaction is Paulo Costa. Alec Bohashinia. Whatever. It's a good fight though. I like Jared Cannonier as a fighter, as a person. I think he's an interesting person. He smokes weed, or he used to smoke weed. He was in the army. And that's pretty weird. My uncle and sister-in-law were in the army. And yeah, I like Jared Cannonier, but I like Paulo Bohachinha. Eraser. What that. I just think that Paulo is just, he will be able to take Cannonier's firepower, and I don't know if Cannonier can stand there and just trade with Costa. Yeah, I'm leaning Felicia Spencer as well. Yeah, I like Cannonier. Exactly. Like I like the dude. He's cool. Like he's an awesome like underdog or like dark horse or whatever. But he's older. Like I don't care what anybody says, man. He's still like, you can talk about lifestyle changes all you want. Like Jared Cannonier does not have the frame. He does not. Let me repeat. Jared Cannonier is not a 185-pound man. Not on, like, when Jared Cannonier weighs 185 pounds, he's not doing good.
He's not loving his life. He's not a 185-pound man, a 185-pound man. This is not true. But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's kind of what I was talking about, like with Edson, like how much longer can you keep making that weight cut after 35? Just keep cutting, like every single fight. Now I know Cannonier is like a super like health nut, and he might kind of have done what Yancey did too. He might be a vegetarian or a vegan, but still, man, Borrachinha ain't sweet, dude. If there's one thing Paulo will do, it's test your fucking chin. For sure. Paulo Costa, he does good body work, but he can definitely be a headhunter. And Cannonier, I wouldn't say he's chinny, but you can hurt him, man. You can definitely hurt him and put him away. He's been knocked out a few times. So, yeah, I like Paulo in that one. I like Costa. Yeah, he's on that. He's on that. The crystal stuff. He's on the powers of the crystals. Not this guy. Not this guy. I'm saying, dude, she was the first fighter to utter Mecca. Never forget. Cannonier's the fucking man for walking down Kundalaba with his hands at his sides. Yeah. I mean, I like Cannonier. I really do. I've always enjoyed his fights. He was definitely slept on like a motherfucker against Anderson Silva, and I was like, nah, he's gonna fuck Anderson up. I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Like, I didn't think he was gonna win by a leg injury, but I did have him beating Silva by TKO, and he fucking TKO'd him. So, yep, that is one thing he will do is he will march forward. He will march to victory or he will march to defeat, but he will march forward. Only forward. Only forward. I think people underestimate Costa a bit because he got beat so bad last time. Exactly. That's kind of what I was just saying with that was what I was just saying with Edmund Shabazian is like people could be underestimating him a little bit because of Brunson, but people could perhaps be overestimating Hermansson, but I'm leaning Jack Hermansson. There's a chance that Edmund can knock him out, but I think that Hermansson, for me, like, I don't know. I think unless Edmund has really, really, really improved his takedown defense, I don't see how he's going to stop Hermansson from taking him down. I think Hermansson is a good enough striker to keep him honest, to get him to freeze enough for just a second to get the takedown, to get him off balance enough to be able to secure the takedown. And then, yeah, I'm going to say he does that for a round. And then when he does it in the second round, he gets a submission. I think he starts landing some ground and pound, and Edmund gives up the back, and he gets the rear naked choke. So I'm going to say Hermansson by second round, rear naked choke, but it could go the other way, man. Edmund is the better striker, no question. And if he has worked on that takedown defense and he is able to just fight at range, that's going to be the problem. If he goes kick heavy, he will get taken down. He will absolutely get taken down. If he boxes Hermansson up, he can knock him out, man. Edmund definitely has better striking. Definitely. Sorry, I had to restart my computer. But it's a close. Man, there's some close matchups on this card, boys. What are y'all thinking about Bill Algeo and Ricardo Ramos? Ricardo Ramos. Noah says, imagine all the money you could have won fading Silva on his way out. No shit. Do you talk about Vanderaa and Tafa? I did not talk about that, but you know what? We can talk about that right now. Let's talk about that fight right now, boys. Justin Tafa versus Jared Vanderaa. Pull up the odds here. Damn, that shit tastes good. I don't even know what it is, but it's so fucking dank. Second, let these odds pull up here. Here likes Algio. Poor man's Mark Hunt. Just a big doofus knucklehead. Let's see. Fucking doof. My God, will this fucking webpage load up? Perhaps in a world. Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. God damn it. Let's see. Jared Vanderaa. Jared Vanderaa. Tapology. Jared the Mountain Vanderaa. The last time we saw him, he got knocked the fuck out by Sergey Spivak. Before that, he beat one of the best fighters I've ever seen, Harry Hunsucker. He beat fucking Harry Hunsucker by ground and pound himself. And yeah, beyond that, like, he does not have a win worth mentioning. Like, yeah, I have got Justin Tafa. But Jared Vanderaa, I think there is a chance, like, if Tafa gets taken down, Vanderaa could win, like, either with ground and pound or maybe submission. But like, I think that he will. I think we'll get the better of the striking. I think he will utilize leg kicks, like Noah mentioned, and yeah, I think he knocks him out. I've got Tafa, and that one I got Tafa by knockout. To be honest with you, Tafa is. I don't think there's any like locks at all, but Tafa is one of the picks that I feel less nervous about, and watch like Vanderaa will probably choke him out in the first round. But I'm not as worried about Tafa as I am about some of the other picks. Like I'm kind of wanting to pick Yancy Medeiros, but I'm just like, dude, I don't know. Same thing. Like I'm thinking about picking Carlos Esparza, but I don't know, man. Tough ones, boys. Tough ones. Here. No, you gonna do commentary? Yeah, man, why not? Yep. Just swap with Anik. Just walk right up to him and be like, yo, dude, I think I'll probably be better at this than you. You never know till you try, man. DC is talking the guy up, and then Noah's just like, yeah, this guy's a fucking bum. He fucking yeah. Exactly. They're all like having to kiss the guy's ass, and Noah's just like, fuck this guy, fuck this jobber. Yeah, that's one of my more. He might be my most confident pick. It could, man. It could. I don't know. Yeah, I tend to agree. I think that Tafa is just going to be the. I think he's going to be the stronger guy. I think he's definitely going to have the better striking. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That dude had a ridiculous record, like ridiculously not good fucking record. So yeah, it's hard to really like. I feel like if you're on Vandera, you've just like seen this one thing that like you're like, oh man, no one has fucking spotted this like sneaky read here. Like, I just don't like if you can find that spot where you're like, nah, man, like where you can see the angle for Vandera. I'm having a hard time imagining him not getting knocked the fuck out in the first round. So I'm going Justin Tafa by first round knockout, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. It's what do they say? MMA is the theater of the unexpected. So you're into Fatso. Yeah, I think they did too. Unfortunately, I know, man. He was a real one. Oh, Jorgen. Yep, he chinned Tafa, dude. It was pretty too, man. Tafa just came charging in though, like literally like chin forward, just rah, like a fucking I don't know, man, like a fucking like crazy like kaiju like coming up out of the ocean, like just a huge monster charging forward, and all Jorgen did was slip off to the right and drop the fucking right hand counter. But yeah, other than that hiccup, Tafa has looked pretty decent, pretty decent. Heavyweight big dog, a few inches taller. What's going on, Owen? How are you? Good to see you. Not too much, man. Hope everything is well in the Emerald Isle. Jorgen Fatso, worst fighter to ever be ranked. Perhaps. Perhaps. Like Bader versus Machida, I know, just charging forward with reckless abandon. And yeah, Jorgen hit him with a perfect counter right hand. It was actually really pretty. And he slipped the counter. He hit him with the right hand, slipped Tafa's strike, and then he was trying to hit him with the left hook. Jorgen was trying to go right hand left hook, but he didn't really need it. He was out with the first right hand. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I saw that happen. I was like, man, Jorgen De Castro, like, I don't think he's gonna be champion, but he's gonna win some fights, dude. Like, he's gonna do that to some more people. Nope. Nope. I don't think so. But yeah, I don't see a real clear path to victory for Jared Vandera, unfortunately. Well, you know what, boys? It's been about 2 hours. I don't know if I'll wrap it up, but I'm gonna kind of just open it up to whatever y'all want to talk about for a little bit. If y'all want to keep talking about this card, we can. If you want to talk about anything else, just open it up for another 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes. But I think I've previewed this one pretty well enough. If there's any fights y'all want to talk about that we haven't touched on, Silva Rodriguez, I'm gonna tape Culibao and Yalan. That's the next one that I have no fucking clue on because I haven't. I don't really remember I don't really remember Kulibao's fight, his last one, and I haven't watched any of Shah Yalan. So yeah. I feel pretty good about Bruno Silva too. I do remember his last fight. I do remember that knockout of his. I am picking him over Victor Rodriguez. I just think he's a better fighter. And yeah, I'm going Rothwell over Barnett. But other than that, yeah, like for the most part, I have my mind made up.
but yeah, I'm still gonna tape Coulibaly and Sha Yalan and yeah, there was another one I needed to tape. But for the most part, yeah, I might do a little more taping on Yan Xiaonan and Carla. But I'm kind of leaning Carla Esparza. I'm kind of leaning Carla Esparza. Yeah, no shit. Like I'm gonna need to fucking. I'm definitely gonna need to tape Coulibaly and Yalan. Yalan. Sha Yalan. I don't know how to pronounce those, like some of those Chinese Mongolian names. I always think it like Arichi Lang. I was pronouncing it like Kaling, like it was like Kaling Aori or something. Some shit like, yeah, Aori Kaling is how I was pronouncing it. Some shit like that. Favorite scary movie? Oh shit, I'll have to check that out, man. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, shout out to Bipolar Chris, man. Yep, he's the that's the winner of season 3 of the Mecca. He is your reigning champion. Yep. Yep, you might have to get unseated this year, champ. You might have to get unseated this year because your boy TC ain't fucking around. I'm coming for that fucking. I'm coming for that prize, man. I'm coming for that #1 spot. This is my 3rd season of the Mecca, and I'm gonna fucking win it this time. But no, all due respect and shout out to Bipolar Chris. He is your season 3 Mecca winner. But TC is coming for that strap, champ. So be fucking ready. But yeah, shout out to Mr. Arkansas. Shout out to everyone that is already locked in. And shout out to the remaining potential participants of the upcoming season 4 of Mr. Arkansas's Mecca. Stay tuned for more updates, boys. Oh shit. I know, man. I know. I'm waiting to see that shit, dude. Patolo versus Dusko. I know, it's weird. That's weird. 2 separate brackets of 16. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how the voting is going to go. If it's going to be like if everyone votes for every single person that's up for it, or if it's like if each bracket has their own bottom 3, or I don't know how it's going to work at all. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work at all, man. But I'm gonna be paying attention to all the new updates, man. So shout out to Mr. Arkansas. Anyone that is new to this channel, if you don't know what I'm talking about, subscribe to Mr. Arkansas on YouTube. And yeah, check out the Mecca, man. Season 4 is getting fired up. Bipolar Nobody will be looking to defend his season 3 crown. It looks like there's going to be 32 competitors, 2 brackets, tournament style, boys. And your boy 2 Cents will be reappearing. I'm coming out of retirement, boys. I'm firing the blasters up. I got the fucking blowtorch ready. I got all my fucking secret weapons and shit ready for deployment. I'm ready to fucking go, man. 2 separate vote offs. Everyone's gonna fade Maki. That's hilarious. That would make sense. Independent vote offs, that would stand to reason. Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm really excited. But this one, man, this this fucking week of fights coming up here is tough. It's a tough one. Yeah, what are some other fights? What are some other fights coming up that y'all are interested in, man? Oh shit. So that is the next card. That's crazy. So there's not a fight. There must not be a fight card between here and then. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. So yeah, the June 5th card. We can talk about that a little bit if y'all want to. Holy shit, man. Hey, there's some good fights on this main card, dude. But I see what you mean, man. Some traps, dude. Some fucking traps. DeKirko and Dolidze, I see that. That's a booby trap waiting to fucking happen. Walt Harris and Tybura, that's a fucking booby trap. Same with Brees and Ahoyo. Man, it's a tough one, dude. Man, same with the prelims. Salikov and Trinaldo. Latifi and Tanner. Damn it. Makwan and Nate Landwehr. That's one where I'm kind of like, I kind of like Makwan in that a little bit. But, man, some of these others, dude. I like Miguel Baeza, too. I'm kind of liking Miguel Baeza, but we'll see, man. Yeah, no, I'm interested to see what these other twists are going to be, dude. Jimmy says he's got a couple names he's going to put on the chopping block. Yeah, the feeling is mutual, my friend. The feeling is definitely mutual. I definitely have a couple names out there. I'm sure one of them won't surprise anybody, but I definitely have a couple targets that I'm trying to lock in. See, I got that fucking target lock on the side of my helmet, dude. Old 2 cents Fed is going to drop that motherfucker real soon. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep, next week off. Yep. No shit, man. He could, but man, he's coming back quick from that knockout, dude. He's coming back quick from that knockout to me. That's a real quick turnaround. Baez is dangerous too, but Ponzinibbio is always live, man. Ponzinibbio is like he's not. I wouldn't say he's a glass cannon, but dude, he has a lot of firepower. Like if you can't chin Ponzinibbio, there's a good chance you could get knocked out yourself. Like he's so dangerous, dude. But that's such a quick turnaround. How long ago was that fight? How long ago was that fucking Li Jingliang fight? That was back in January, man. So yeah, he's had a little time off, but not that much. It hasn't even been 6 months. And he got slept bad. I don't know about that one, man. That's not. I think that's Ponzinibbio's third knockout loss too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Because he got slept by Lorenz Larkin, and then he got knocked out by Leandro Mafra, like way back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to say. That's another Ponzinibbio, Neil Magny, and Li Jingliang is yet another reason why triangle theories don't work because they've all beaten each other. You know? Salikov is a pretty good pick. Muslim Salikov is a really good striker. Yeah, Trinaldo's like he's fucking 42 years old, dude. You know, he's not going in there against like, you know, Salikov is no spring chicken, don't get me wrong, but I think he's so much fresher in fight years than Trinaldo. He probably won't have as rough of a weight cut as Trinaldo, I suspect. Although I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's not at lightweight, so he probably won't have as bad of a cut. You know, he had the catch weight last time and still fucking missed by several pounds. So hopefully this won't be as bad of a cut for him. It is a welterweight fight. Still, yeah, I kind of like Salikov there too. But yeah, that'll be interesting, man. There's some really good fights on that card, actually, dude. Like, just from a fan's point of view, like, I'm looking forward to a lot of these. I want to see Tanner Boser and Latifi. That could be good. Makwan and Landwehr, that should be fun. Even Brees and Ahoyo, like, they're kind of two guys that are, when they're on, they're good, but they're kind of like Brees, especially, man, so inconsistent. But Takiriko's coming off that huge knockout of Buckley. And I mean, Dolidze did lose to Giles, but yeah, I mean, Takiriko is tough to read, man. Takiriko is tough to read because Takiriko is like, I don't know. Dolidze is not incredibly. He's not Mr. High Pace though. I say sometimes Takiriko can like kind of let the rounds slip away from him, but I don't think he's gonna have to worry about that too much with Dolidze. So yeah, I would slightly lean to Kiriko, but Kiriko is like a guy, like I said, that he can kind of like let fights slip away from him that are like right within his grasp. This will be on Angie. Dad Bozanibio. That's funny. Oliver Hebus. Nope. Never will. Yeah, I mean Mason Jones should get it done too. Sada. Sado. He said, "What's up, ear? What's going on, Justin?" Makwan should win. It is, dude. It's a tough one. Caramel Thunder, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a quick turnaround for Santiago, dude. Real quick turnaround. With a guy like Baeza, he can crack, man. He's got sharp, quick hands. Fast. Miguel Baeza is fucking fast. It could just be lights out again for Santiago. That's a tough one, man. Yeah, we just been Justin, I just gone over the UFC Vegas 27 card. Shout out to your neck of the woods, but yeah, the ones that I'm really like struggling with are Hadzovic, Medeiros. The co-main event and Hermanson. No, I made up my mind on that one. I picked Jack Hermanson. It's just not super. I'm not super confident about it. I got Hermanson by second round submission, but I can see Shabazian knocking him out. I can see Shabazian knocking him out in the first fucking round. I know you're on Edmund, so best of luck to you. 4 units, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, best of luck to you on that play. I don't blame you at all. That's a tough fucking pick, Bubba. He still has name value, and Noah loves to fade those guys. You always go live when I'm either sleeping or at the gym. It's a great shit for you. It's all good. Yeah, it's all gravy. Yep. He's got Edmund. So yeah, it's a tough one, dude. It's a fucking tough one, man. Like he's definitely the better striker. Like, if I think that Jack Hermanson knows that. I hope he knows that. I hope he doesn't go out there trying to prove that he's. I hope he doesn't like feel disrespected and is like, oh, I'm gonna show that I'm the better striker than this kid. Like, no, you're not. You're not. Just do your fucking thing. Take the kid down, smash his fucking face in. You know you have an advantage on the ground. A big advantage on the ground. Seeing what he was like against Brunson, that's a big gap to cover. Like, if Hermanson doesn't get chinned, I think Edmond will get finished. But he could get knocked out, dude, because Edmond is so much crisper on the feet. And sometimes Jack can kind of stay on the feet when he doesn't need to. He could get fucking Jared Cannonier, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. I think if Edmond does win, that's gonna be how it goes too. First round knockout. So yeah, I'd say either first round knockout for Shabazian or like I'm predicting a second round submission for Hermanson. I think he wears Edmond down the first round, and I think when he takes him down the second time, he won't have as much urgency to get back to his feet, and he'll just wear on him and just ground and pound until he gives up his back. Rear naked choke for the submish. My God, I'm having a time cashing this motherfucker. It's frustrating. Anyways, enough about all that. He has good takedown defense. Brunson couldn't even get control in the first. He just gassed in the second. And that's when Brunson got him on the mat. See, that's what I see something similar happening with Hermanson. But Brunson, I think that Hermanson is similar like this. Like, he will continue to go for the takedowns if he senses that there's an advantage for him there. But there's just been times where it's like, Jack, you should be on the ground right now. Like, what are you doing striking with this guy? If he does that with Edmond, he will get knocked out. But if he plays it safe, if he doesn't get the takedown in the first round, like, he'll get it in the second. So we'll see. First round is big. Yep. Nope, he definitely doesn't. Yep, definitely not. Oh, yeah. I agree with all that. All those things are true. Hey, aren't you that fat kid that shit in our pool? Yeah, that's right, you old fucking losers. All those things are true. And all those things are true that you just said, bro. But no, you're not a fat kid that shit in my pool or a loser. But I just thought I'd make a little workaholics joke. But yeah, those are all good points. All those things are true. Like, Edmond's the better striker. He has more power than I would argue. You know, he has. Yes, he is a sharper striker than Marvin Vettori. More capable of knocking someone out. I agree with that. Yeah, I like Hermanson. I like Hermanson. Yeah, like 60-40. But I'm worried about it. I'm worried about that first round. I think if he gets out of the first round, it's his fight to lose. Because I just think that gap in grappling experience, that is just, to me, it just takes longer. And I don't know. I don't have any grappling background, but from everything that I've heard, like, you can't just get better at grappling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get better at striking like that. Like, you can
you can work on your striking, work on your striking, work on your striking. You can get noticeably better in a few months. Like you can get better with, I feel like you can get better with the grappling, but not that much better to where a guy like Hermansson is not going to be able to have his way with you. And that's just kind of how I feel it's going to go. But there is a gap in the striking. And if Hermansson is not careful, Shabazzian could just fucking sleep him. He has been knocked out, like Justin said, he has been knocked out a couple times. So that won't surprise me. It definitely won't surprise me. I give Edmund definitely more than a puncher's chance. I give him a very, very good chance to win this fight. But I'm going to just sweat it and put my confidence and faith in Hermansson's grappling. Edmund. That was probably culturally insensitive in some way. Man, I can't wait for this cast to get in there. I know, dude. I know. I'm going to see the weigh-ins, leaning Edmund because I think he'll come in the best fight shape of his life. Into this fight, best shape of his life. He's already a big dude at 185. He is. He's a big fucking boy. I think it scares me if the UFC wants Edmund to win and the UFC always wrong. Yeah, it seems like when they push somebody a lot, it doesn't work out. Sometimes. But sometimes it does. Volkanovski. But no, it's fine. But kind of. But so what else did I want to talk about for a minute? I'll go until 2.5 hours. I'll go until 2.5 hours. What about Walt Harrison Tybura? What do y'all feel about Walt Harrison Tybura? Early thoughts, early leans, if you care to divulge that information. I certainly understand if you don't want to, but that's another close one, man, that I don't really have my mind made up on. I feel like Harris is the better striker. Tybura is the better grappler. Tybura has been looking better. Harris, like Walt Harris has just been getting knocked out recently. And I mean, I loved that Volkov knockout. That was a textbook Maigeri Chudan, which is a front kick to the body. It's beautiful. It's textbook. Toes back. Front, it's the ball of your foot going right into the fucking solar plexus. Textbook, man. But yeah, he definitely needs a win. Walt Harris definitely needs a win. But dude, Tybura, he's been looking good recently, man. He's definitely been looking good. You know, Spivak, Grishin, Rothwell, Hardy, are those guys world beaters? No. Are those solid wins? Yeah. They're pretty decent wins. They're not like amazing, but they're pretty decent. For a guy that most people thought was done, you know, you're getting knocked out by Shamil and Augusto Sakai, and then, you know, you go on a 4-fight win streak. I think there's something to be said for that. Looking at those guys that he's beaten, I'd say Walt Harris is probably a better striker than all of them, with maybe the exception of Hardy. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Harris does hit hard, man, and Tybura, like, dude, Tybura's been knocked out 4 times too. They've both been knocked out 4 times. Harris and Tybura. But I think Tybura, they've both been knocked out the same amount of times. Tybura is a better grappler. Harris is a better striker. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that one. Early lean. Harris pre-tape. He can't grapple. I know. Yeah, it's just I have no idea, man. Has Tybura turned a corner? Ramirez in the 6-pack of 805. Tybura knows who he is. Yeah, I was wondering that too, man. Like, is this a case of Marcin Tybura turning the corner, or like, is it the competition he's facing, or what? I tend to agree it's the former, man. I tend to agree with you, dude. I think he is. I think he's made some improvements. I think that he's adapted his game to like I can't just be. I think he's realized he doesn't have the chin to be like so fucking aggressive, especially at heavyweight, dude. He can't just like bulldoze his way through shit. He's got to like set things up and set traps and set up his grappling. And when he can do that, man, when he can get dudes against the fence, like he's kind of dangerous, man. Like he kind of has deceptive power. Like he doesn't really have great striking, but he has sneaky power, and it's just enough to where he can get his grappling going, and he really does have good submissions and good grappling, dude. So Tybura is always kind of there. He's sort of like a I don't know, man. I don't know if you call him a gatekeeper quite, but he's kind of on that level. And that makes this one a tough fight. Like I could see Harris knocking him out, but I could also see Tybura I could also see Tybura getting him down and winning by a ground and pound, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Like they're both like susceptible to being knocked out, absolutely. And it's heavyweight too. So, if Harris lands a couple good ones, it's not going to take, I don't know. I don't feel like it'll take a whole lot to put Tybura away. But Harris is not invincible either. Like if he takes Harris down and starts fucking shelling him, it could end. It could definitely get stopped, without a whole lot of resistance. So we'll see, man. See what happens. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I just don't know. It's so tough. It's hard to trust Harris, and I'm worried about that Tybura. Like, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know what I mean? And that could be unfair, like to Tybura, but I'm waiting for the next time for him to get fucking knocked out. But Walt Harris is someone that's always like he's primed to get stopped too, man. I could see Harris winning with ground and pound, or I could see Walt Harris. I mean, I could see Tybura winning ground and pound, or I could see Harris knocking him out in the first round. Tough, man. Tough picks. I feel like that's a good assessment. I feel like that's a good fair assessment. Yep. I feel like he's kind of been more of the done more of the Andrei Arlovski thing, where he's like, okay, this is how I win fights now. People might not like it, but this is my style, and it works for him. And it's been working for him, man. He's got 4 in a row, and they're not like, I mean, they're kind of jobbers, but they're not the worst jobbers. They're sort of like A tier jobbers, Spivak, Hardy, Nothing to write home about, but nothing to really shit on too bad either. You know what I'm saying? Recognizable names at least. But that's a tough one, man. That is a really tough one. Both guys where it's you don't like. You've seen enough of their shortcomings to where they're both just so vulnerable to like either getting knocked out or just getting outsmarted. Like more, I don't know, man. I don't know who you'd say has the higher fight IQ. Probably Tybura, but he's definitely been showing that more recently. I'll say that. That's kind of I'm kind of wondering like probably more technical. So he's a better I'd say he's a better knockout artist, but I don't know if that necessarily means it's like Deontay Wilder style, like he's so fucking powerful. Like a good roundhouse kick after you've been beating the shit out of somebody and you land a fucking roundhouse kick, you're gonna knock him out. But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful fucking Marashigiri. And it fucking smoked Tavares, dude. That was a beautiful head kick knockout. But Edmund is nasty. Edmund definitely has nasty striking. I'll pull up a let's see where I'm at 2:30. I'm at 2:30, boys. I think I'm gonna shut her down. I'll be back Friday, make my official picks. To watch the weigh-ins too. These are Vegas weigh-ins, so they should be on at the normal time of like noon, I imagine. They're usually at 9 a.m. local time. 9 a.m. bro picks time. So that is probably when I'm going to come out. I'm probably going to be going on around noon. I'd actually like to be ready when the first wave of fighters get up to go to the scales and I can, just live react to the weigh-ins. They're not ceremonial, so they'll do the stare downs right afterwards. So yeah, I will probably try and do that. Go on at noon on Friday, live react to the weigh-ins, and then make my picks during the stare downs or something. But we will see. I do want to give a big shout out and thank you to everyone that stopped by today. Boys, we had 11 people in the building at one point. I always am very, very proud of that. To have double digits with a tiny channel like mine, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I really do appreciate it. Make sure that you go subscribe and follow and check out the content of all the content creators who come to this channel. All right. So everyone that has a channel, let everyone know you got one. Like Bro Picks puts out videos. King Need Gore has been putting out more videos. He's got a great channel, man. If you like horror at all, check out King Need Gore. I'm gonna shout out to Bipolar Nobody, aka Toxic Jedi. That's his YouTube channel. Check out Toxic Jedi. I got to see his top list of horror movies. Definitely interested in that. I missed that stream, and I will definitely check that out because I'm curious. To see what Chris's choice nugs are as far as the horror movies go. But yeah, check out Toxic Jedi, check out King Need Gore, check out my dude Jack Attack MMA, and everyone else, Bro Picks, everyone else that has a channel or puts out content on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow and support each other. Yeah, that is definitely important with a community like ours. So once again, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I will be back Friday at noon to live react to the weigh-ins and get my picks for UFC Vegas 27. Y'all are the shit, man. Y'all made this a great stream. And this has been just my 2 cents. And I hope to catch y'all on Friday. Have a good one. Peace.